Rose.
What up, dog?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the Cool Check-In.
Together with Jalen Jacoby, what is it that we do?
We take the time.
Really?
We have the passion.
Yep.
We have the love.
To what?
Give the people what they want.
We've got Lil Dicky Dave Bird joining us later on in the show, but we start with the Milwaukee Bucks. They were so short-handed last night against the Nuggets. Kyle Korver led them in scoring. And Antetokounmpo had 19 minutes, but not Giannis. The other Antetokounmpo played 19 minutes. They ended up losing to the Nuggets. Jalen, how concerning are the Bucks' health issues right now?
Very concerning. By the way, Giannis' older brother had a nice bang Seagull streak though in the ring in the paint. I'm really concerned because it continues to foster something that while they're a team that's going to win between 65 and 70 games likely, I don't feel like that they're the best and most complete team in basketball.
No.
I think those two teams reside in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And then
Clear.
the third team is the Bucks, even though they have the best regular season record. So now with Giannis out, this is how the team looks when he's resting, or if he gets in foul trouble, or if he's just not having an outstanding game. Chris Middleton, I applaud the way he's improved his game, and he's become a consistent all-star in the Eastern Conference. But I need more consistency from Bledsoe, from Wes Matthews, from the Lopez brothers. And it's not consistently happening when Giannis isn't in the game, in particular recently.
And the Nuggets played well. You know, they're winning. They're only a half game behind the Clippers in the West. Could you see them making a run and being in the 2 seed?
I can.
It's all said and
yes,
done.
sir. Yes, sir, I can. And that's a great sweater. Here's why. Because there's going to be times where the Clippers may load manage. Obviously, Paul George has been dealing with some injuries. He may rest and miss a couple of games. So Denver being a young team, understanding that their home court advantage would be distinct. As somebody that got drafted by the Nuggets, I understand how the altitude can affect the opponents. And being a young squad with an all-NBA player in Jokic, I'm glad that Murray's playing really well. It benefits the Nuggets clearly to have the opportunity to get home court advantage.
Jalen, Jamal Murray, one of those young players you were talking about, he did something so amazing last night, and he was treated unfairly. I want you to watch this dunk. Watch this dunk. Bang! That's all over your guy from Michigan, too. Look at that dunk. Do you know what the referees did to this man? Do you know what the referees did on this dunk, Jalen Rose? They call that an offensive foul.
How?
How, Sway? How is that an offensive foul?
In watching this, I could not understand how they called it. And he led with his hand. That was just for momentum. He didn't push him with it.
Not really.
He didn't push him with it.
On every single layup attempt, someone leads with their offhand like that. Every single one. That's one of the best dunks of the year, and the refs took that from him. That was rude. That referee should get suspended. They should suspend the referee. They should fine him for that.
That was nasty.
Please. Well, the Raptors and the Jazz played last night. The Raptors ended up getting the win. It was a nice game for them. They are the 2 seed in the East. They're locked up into that 2 seed. But I still don't really believe in them as a team that can come out of the East. Why don't I believe in this Raptors team?
Well, you dismissed the fact that they won a championship last year. Many people dismissed the fact that Kawhi Leonard joined a team that was flirting with 1, 2, 3, 4 seeded in the Eastern Conference the last handful of years before he arrived. They just weren't able to get over the hump. You underestimate Kyle Lowry. You don't appreciate Fred VanVleet. Pascal Siakam was an all-star this year for the first time, most improved last year. Serge is still playing well.
Yes, Serge is.
You see how
Serge
well he
had a
played
game.
it? Yeah. And so Nick Nurse deserves to probably be coach of the year this season.
Wait. Nick Nurse is the coach of the year?
Who's done more to outplay expectations than the Raptors? Once they lost Kawhi, you did a playoff list on this show, and you didn't have them.
That was a mistake. We've never done a list completely on this show. Don't act like every list you make is complete.
Correct, but we're talking about your list right now, sir.
Okay.
And I'm just giving some context that you're a very intelligent basketball mind, and I know that you're at home watching League Pass on a nightly basis. You came into this season like,
I did.
They did lose Kawhi.
I did.
Right?
I did.
And so For them to play the way that they've played, he deserves that consideration.
Okay. Well, there was a little hold me back moment that I want to show you in this game. A little hold me back moment. Let's just take a look at the Stifle Tower getting into it a little bit. Okay, so you'll see that you see they started pushing a little bit there.
And Anobi got it with a nice chicken wing.
And then you see that it continues there. That turns into a hold me back. Jalen, what do you see here?
Hold me back is what I see, and I'm happy about it.
Why?
Because when you start throwing punches on a basketball court, especially when they're paying you millions of dollars, that's called undiscipline. Mm-hmm. You're going to get tangled up. You're going to get into a lot of grappling. It's going to happen. It's a physical game. These are big bodies changing ends of the floor. And Anunoby get under your skin. That's why he's out there. Both of those guys compete defensively.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm not surprised that those would be two players that get tangled up.
Well, Gobert spoke about it after the game. Let's check in with Rudy Gobert.
I mean, try to elbow me in the face, and the guy that's getting paid to protect us as players didn't do his job. So, I just, it was a little altercation, and we both got ejected when I didn't do anything back, pretty much, which I don't understand. I don't think it makes sense to me. But next time I do justice myself. So the official can eject me for a reason.
Jalen says he's going to take justice into his own hands. What do you think he's going to do next time they play?
So a couple of things about that footage that can't get overlooked. One, that he was doing his interview from the podium because of the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Reporters aren't allowed in the locker room. That really would change the dynamic of sports as we see it. I know this is another subject for another day, but I do not like that idea. But I know why we're doing it in this current climate. Second, they shouldn't have got ejected.
It's a good point.
Like, they should not have got ejected. Both of those men were in a heated disagreement, but they didn't cross the line. I don't see any wild behavior.
No.
I see physical behavior. I think those should be both flagrant ones and play on.
And it's also kind of within the run of play.
Yes.
Like when you saw Len and McCollum, they were straight up pushing each other in the chest. It wasn't kind of basketball-ish, but you could say they were jockeying for position going down the floor. Like, that wasn't so wildly outside of normal basketball behavior that they should have been ejected. Well, we'll see what happens next time they play. I got that one circled on the calendar. The Hawks and Hornets played a high-scoring game in Atlanta last night, and Trae Young finished with 31 points and 16 assists. This Hawks team is so fun to watch, but they rarely win basketball games. Like, they seem like they're a couple pieces away. What do they need to add to become a playoff team in the East?
In today's climate, if I was going to give you a list of the best players in the game, we've been playing three-card Monty with three different players for the last 5 or so years.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard, KD, and LeBron. Depending on what year it is, one of those guys either won MVP of the regular season or the finals.
Okay.
Right? You need wings that can defend those players and also make them work. Players like Paul George joins up with Kawhi. Now all of a sudden you got two of the best two-way players on one team. I love the Milwaukee Bucks and what they've done. I'm happy for the success Chris Middleton has had. But look at the Celtics. That's why, to me, they have a puncher's chance to win the East.
So you're saying the Hawks need a wing?
They need win. Now, Cam Reddish can grow into that. Now, I want to caution everybody by this. People speak on him like he's having a bad rookie season, and he's not. He's actually playing really good.
19 years old.
He's an underrated defender, and as long as he's gotten consistent minutes, he continues to improve. When he starts to play to lottery pick capabilities, he could be that guy that I'm describing.
Well, also Clint Capella will help them a lot when he comes back. Hopefully he'll be healthy next year. It is time for Cultural or